Hey everyone, in today's video I have my top 10 tips to elevate your soccer game. Okay, since there's 10 of them, we're going to go on pretty quickly and get on to the first one. And the first one is that old favorite of mine, consistency. Now, you've heard me say this many times, but again, it's so important. You can't get better as a player if you're not consistently practicing the things that you need to practice. And I'll also go over in this tip video what you should be practicing mainly. But yeah, make sure you're practicing consistently. This means every day. If you can't do every day, but you probably can, do every other day. Whatever you can, practice as much as you can or as much as your body will allow. The more you practice, the quicker you'll get better. Okay, second is learn from the best, and what I mean is watch high-level professional matches. Watch the best leagues, the English Premier League, La Liga, German Bundesliga, Italian Serie A, all these leagues. Watch a lot of Champions League games. When there's a major tournament on, like the World Cup, the European Cup, or not European Cup, just the Euros, European Tournament, Copa America, make sure you're watching the high-level games of those competitions because you should be learning from the best. Learn from the best. That means just because Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo are from a different planet and exceptionally better than all of us, doesn't mean we can't learn from those players. So make sure you're learning from the best, and the only way to learn from the best is by watching high-level matches. You can watch them online on YouTube in compilations. The only problem is compilations of players don't show you what goes on when they're off the ball, they're positioning their soccer IQ. If you're watching the whole game, you get an idea of why they do things. Why are they making a pass instead of trying to dribble? Why are they doing this? Why are they doing that? What caused them to think this way? These are questions you should be asking when watching the games, but make sure you're watching high-level professional soccer matches. Okay, number 3 is build your foundation skills. So if you want to know something that you should practice every single day to maintain consistency, one is ball control. It is probably the most foundation skill in soccer because without ball control, you lose pretty much everything else. If you can't control ball, you can't dribble. If you can't control ball, you're going to struggle to pass. If you can't control ball, you're not going to be able to finish that well. You're not going to be able to shoot. You're basically not going to be able to do anything. So make sure you're working on the simple foundation skills. My big two are ball control and dribbling. Those are two that I would be practicing in some form every single day. Number 4 is don't neglect your fitness. Your fitness is so important. You could be the most talented player on the planet, but if you are out of shape, you aren't even going to play and start on an amateur team. If you can only run full speed for 10 minutes, you're not going to make a good team. You have to be in shape. Now, I know it seems like professionals just kind of play matches and are in shape, but you're not seeing what goes on behind the scenes, because behind the scenes they are running all the time in practice doing specific fitness drills in order to get in shape. So you need to start doing that for yourself. Now, to help you get started, I'm going to link a video up here, a bar will come across to help you on your fitness, and I'm also going to put an article in the description that can help you on your fitness as well, so be sure to check those out. Okay, and kind of piggybacking on that last idea, number 5 is proper nutrition. As athletes, and especially as soccer players, where running is one of the main components of soccer, you need to have good nutrition or you're not going to be able to function the way you need to when playing. Think of your body as something you need to fuel. You can either fuel it with junk and crappy fuel, or you can fuel it with really good fuel, healthy foods, and a good diet. Now, you obviously want to do it the good way. So I'm not going to go into the whole what you should be eating and what you shouldn't be eating. Instead, I'm going to put another article in the description that is Nutrition for Soccer Players by the U.S. Men's National Team. So this is specifically what the U.S. Men's National Team eats, I think on a daily or weekly basis. So that's a great place to get started if you're struggling with nutrition, so check that out. Okay, number 6 is play simple. And what does that mean? That means don't overcomplicate this simple and beautiful game. I can't tell you how many times I see players, I see 2 mistakes, one too simple and one overcomplicating things. But if you're playing two-touch football, if you're playing passing football, you're going to be a good player. Make sure you're playing simple and not overcomplicating it. Obviously, you need balance. You don't want to just always be playing simple. But I see people taking it to one extreme or the other, either playing way too simple or way too complex. So make sure you are trying to keep it simple. but I'll explain how to balance that in the next one. So number 7 is take risks, which seems contradictory to what I just said about playing simple. But the thing is, you should be playing simple generally. If you watch any professional match, even the players that take risks, the ones like Messi, Sanchez, Suarez, these players who take considerable risks in matches, if you watch them play, for most of the match, they play simple. They know when and when not to take risks. They don't take risks in order to show off, and they don't take risks for personal glory. They take risks because they think it will help their team. So if they think beating someone one-on-one will help their team, they'll do it. If they think taking a shot from 30 yards has a good chance of setting up an opportunity or scoring, they'll do it. So you have to have a balance between playing simple and taking risks. Don't be someone who always plays simple and never takes a risk, because then you won't score any goals, you won't have any assists, you won't beat players one-on-one. But don't be a player that goes to the other extreme and is always trying to take a player one-on-one every single time, is always shooting whenever he gets the ball, and always trying, risky through balls that usually don't come off. You need a balance between the two, when to know when to do it and when to know when to play simple. Number 8 is become a learner. So let me explain what that means. That means you should always be actively, as a soccer player, be looking for new practices, tips, techniques, and other things that you can apply to your game. So even me today, who has gone through hours upon hours and so much material on soccer, I've watched a ton of videos, I've watched a ton of professional matches, I've looked at a ton of articles, I've tried a ton of different training and techniques. Even though I've done all that, I am still constantly and consistently looking for new techniques, new tips, and new ideas that I can mesh together with the ones I already have. That's what makes a really good player, someone who's willing to analyze his game or her game and take out what needs to be taken out and add in what needs to be added in. And the only way to do that is to constantly be looking for new tips, techniques, and methods, and by becoming a learner. So it's very important as a soccer player to become a learner and try and learn as much as you can. But the only problem is you can't just become a learner. You have to do the next step as well. And that next step is number 9, which is take action. Now, I just said becoming a learner is so important. Taking action is even more important, but they work together, because if you're not learning anything new, you won't know what to take action on. But if you're just learning and not taking action, you don't get better at anything. It's like if I tell you to juggle every single day for 10 minutes, you now know that juggling every single day for 10 minutes will make you better. You can't unknow that now. You know that because I've told you, and it's worked for many players, and if you've tried it out, you know. But if you don't put that into action, if you don't actually go out there and juggle 10 minutes every day, it's useless that you know that juggling for 10 minutes a day will make you better, because you're not doing it. So if you see a technique and a method you think is going to help you, and you don't take action, you can't improve. You won't improve simply by knowing something. You have to implement the advice. So once you become a learner and you gather all this information and tips and techniques, give them a go. Try them out. Take action. That's the important next step after you gather the information. Gather it and then try it out by taking action. Okay, and number 10 is join my mailing list. Now, this may sound like some hopeless self-promotion, but the only reason I mention it is because I put out advice, remember, to become a learner, and things that you can implement into your game that I don't release on the channel and any other source. So there are things that I release to my email list and will be releasing to my email list really soon that I don't include anywhere else. So if you're not in that, you can simply join by clicking the link in the description. But it's really important that you get on there, because I'm going to be sending free stuff. I'm going to be sending free segments from ebooks that I'll be releasing for paid products, so you'll be getting free stuff from those. I'll be sending my training routine that I do on a daily basis at some point in video, that I don't know if I'm going to release on the channel because it's going to be pretty long, but I will be releasing that to my email list. So if you want all that new information, deliberate practices and techniques and tips that will make you a better player if you implement them, make sure you're on that email list. It'll be very important for your development, and I promise you that I'm only going to send you valuable information that is going to help you. I won't be spamming you, and I don't send stuff every day. I send stuff a couple times a week maybe, so I won't be spamming you in any way. Okay guys, thank you for watching. Remember again to join that email list down below. Now I want to ask you, which one of these tips has helped you improve as a player the most? And if there's a tip that's not on here that should be, what should it be? Let me know down in the comments below. Also, there'll be another link in the description. There's a lot of links, so check them all out, of a blog post I did on this topic, which goes more in depth for each tip. So if you want to hear or see a little more on each tip and a little more information on each, make sure you click on that and read that as well. It's over on my website, but just go into the description and there'll be a link directly to it. Okay guys, and if you're new to Simplysoccer, make sure you subscribe by hitting that red button. We release at least 3 videos a week, currently doing 4 videos a week that are designed to help you become a better soccer player. So join us here at the Simplysoccer community. Okay guys, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to take those 10 tips to heart so that you'll become a better player. Also like this video and I'll see you on the next video.